Hi, this is Shu with a review of the airmax 2090. It's a reinterpretation or a modern interpretation of the classic airmax 90, as you can tell by this little heel tab here. Although it doesn't say the Nike swoosh with an air, which is what I'd prefer. They have the new design of the word air, which I find extremely unattractive. Air. Yeah, I guess they were going for something. They tried something like this in the mid 90s with a little cursive air writing instead of the usual usual air. This is way cooler and timeless. They just stick with it. When it works, when it's not broken, you shouldn't change or fix it. The forefoot area, basically the whole midsole foam is very soft. It doesn't indicate whether it's lunar or react, but it feels softer than most other lunar or react midsole foam that's out there among runners. Very soft, and you can feel it. It's good. But then, of course, because the heel is so much higher, there's a clear heel toe drop, and adding to that is that your forefoot will be sinking even lower because of how quickly and easily this material compresses and responds and molds to your foot. The heel, this TPU type of coating all around, is an extreme hindrance because already this is very high off the ground. The air sole unit is only up to about here, so there isn't a lot of give at the tip, and it's protruding instead of having a sharp little cut so you can have a quicker first step. So there's very little compression here, and might as well not put any air there. It just negates the air sole and the comfortable midsole cushioning they have. I guess they wanted to. It doesn't provide you any bounce back. It just makes it hard, rigid. Um, so I guess it's good for people who want to maintain this level of heel elevation. So if you want to look taller, these are the type of shoe you might want to go for. But they do look like they're providing you with a lot of platform here in the first place. So not exactly helpful, not exactly discreet. Um, this is definitely not a shoe designed with function in mind, more about form and paying tribute or homage to a classic Air Max lineup. The upper, I don't think it's a quad axle knit or any special type of material. Um, it's just a nylon type of material with some fish scale type of pattern around it. There's no wire or resistance around it. Nice little coating on the toe area for some extra lockdown and durability. They have a nice little waistline here with, I think this is sort of like a plasticky synthetic leather on both, I guess, the medial and lateral side or the waist of the shoe. It's a one-piece upper, but they still wanted to have a little bit of an opening here, which doesn't really fit most fingers, except maybe your pinky or some very delicate feminine digits. So I guess it's supposed to help you pull the tongue up, but the tongue is always going to be up. It's a one piece rigid upper, so it doesn't even have a separate tongue. So I don't see the point. The lockdown is an issue as well. The lacing is very tiny and narrow. So even if you put your foot into the shoe and it fits kind of loose, don't buy the shoe because the most they can do is tighten like what, an inch? What's that, like 2 centimeters? That's the kind of control you have, unless you want to poke some holes on the on the side and try and lock it up. But yeah, I guess they were going for aesthetics more than function. Definitely, it fits. It fits kind of roomy. There's no excessive space on top of a toe box. That's good, but it does run kind of long and wide. Average Joes, you can wear this shoe with ease and comfort. Those with really narrow foot, you probably want to go down half a size. This little Scotch material is a nice little touch. It's 3M Scotch, light reflective material. The insole, it's not what we usually see in runners. I guess because this is more of a lifestyle shoe, it's got sort of like an EVA type of insole that's probably going to compress and mold to your foot and become flat as paper a lot sooner than Ortholite or any other type of insole materials. The problem is also the price point is extremely high, considering that there's no thought given to making this a performer. They do pay a nice little homage to the waffle pattern and the little slits to provide ease of flexibility there. Once again, the biggest merit of this shoe is that the forefoot midsole is extremely soft. There's not a lot of deep grooves on the outsole, especially on the heel, so don't expect incredible traction. The indentations, or rather the pattern, is pretty flat, just a little ribs on the edges of these lines, and there's absolutely nothing here, so you might end up slipping a lot if you run under rainy conditions, or if you run not in some places with some type of friction like asphalt or treadmills with the sandpaper type of layers on the top. Yeah, for a size 9, it weighs about 370 grams. It's not that heavy. It's actually lighter than the airmax LTD, but the airmax LTD is an airmax you can't feel. This, because of the this extra layer of coating, you can't really feel much. It's rigid. This is actually a little bit heavier than the 2090, but the 2090 feels heavier once you put them on foot. They're not exactly the most light, probably because there's most of the weight is here in this unnecessary excessive plastic chunk, so you'll feel your foot kind of being weighed down here, so that's not good. So if you're looking for a shoe that looks, if you dig this look, and if you like shoes that make you look a little bit taller, and you don't plan on running or getting some exercise in them, do get them. But still, I think they're way overpriced, close to like 200 bucks. So I would wait until this hits the discount aisle or the outlets or factory stores.